Hi everyone, I'm Sunny. I'm the market analyst for this project. Based on the 4 menus given from Food4kids, we made the database for each item's nutrition content. And we include its protein, carbohydrate, vitamin, fiber, fat, and sodium content for the items. Also, we labeled the potential allergency content based on the food item ingredient on the food package. During the marketing researching, we found most of the food items could be found on the website of Walmart, Amazon, and Costco. Here we list the source of website we found. We compared the price on different websites for the same food item and picked the one with largest package weight and the lowest price to saving cost. Normally, some local retailers may provide lower price if the expiry date is close or sold items in large quantity. Therefore, the price we found on the website, like Walmart, their upper limit for the cost of the menu. And we also provide some product links, and we attach it in this column as reference. Now, let's pass it to Ishan.
Hello everyone, I'm Nichen Liu. I'm a member of the market research group in this project. My job is to look up the nutritional content, the allergen, and the price of the food in the menus which the Food4kids team give me. And you can see my work on the screen. I looked up all the content of menu 4 and the part of content of menu 3. And widely, I encountered many difficulties in the process of investigating. For example, how can I choose the most suitable goods for the children? I must consider the price of the food, the sales volume, comments, and so on. Format of the data is also a big problem to be considered. But all these problems were eventually solved with the help of our teammates. And I want to especially thank Miss Sunny from Waterloo University, who is also a market researcher. She has always been very patient to help me answer various kinds of questions.
Now, let's pass it to Nichen Liu to show the website we designed.
Hello. So today I want to briefly introduce you with the web design of our product to calculate an optimized food menu for Food4kids project. So this website is still in development, but it already has most of the basic ideas and features that will be used in future. So this website actually supports a database. So the first feature that the users can use is to modify the database by add item and remove item. So let's go to the database. You can see there are a bunch of things here, and this food, all of these foods actually has appeared in the previous menus, and we collected the information from online. So they can be used in the future, and we use them for debugging of the website. So now we can see how to add a new item in the database. So if we click on the button, we'll go to this website and we can enter the item name. For example, if you want to enter a new item like a pack of apples, so we enter the item name and say like you have to buy it in packages, and each package has 10 apples and each apple is 100 grams. Then you will say the package is 10 apples, which is 1,000 grams, and each apple is 100 grams, and the price for this whole package is $6. And you can also enter some nutrition values like for example 60 grams per 200 grams high carbohydrate. And if you don't know the value of the nutrition, you can just skip it, leave it blank. It's totally fine. But you always have to enter a food type. So you have to say it's fruit and maybe a brand or not, and it's up to you. You can say it's from Walmart. And the source is also Walmart. The source actually is where did you buy it from? And you can also enter a list of allergic, but for Apple that's not the case. So we add, and now if we go to the database, scroll down, you can see what we entered. So this Apple test, like exactly the same details we entered. It's great. Go back. If you want to remove that item, just click on the button and say Apple test. Brand is Walmart. Remove. And now you see that the Apple test is gone. Cool. So after that, the second feature is the parameters. So because our purpose is to provide the optimized menu, which is healthy and within the budget of the organization. So we have to set a reasonable range for each of the parameters for each of the nutritions. So for example, we can set the budget to be within $9 to $12. So we can say the lower bound is 9 and the upper bound is 12. And maybe we can set the range of nutrition, like the protein. The lower bound is 70 and the upper bound is 130. And you can leave it blank because we already have some default values. And you can also enter the allergic. By entering the allergic, like any food has this allergic information, will have the same content as the allergic, will not show up in the menu. So if we say peanut, then peanut will not show up in the menu. And we confirm. You can see the information is shown here. So these are the restrictions we'll have for the menu. But although there are some default values, I actually recommend you to enter your own preference because the default values are designed for adults, but the clients of this website would be teenagers and children, and this nutrition amount should be adjusted according to their age or their body condition. Okay, so after you set the parameters, you are able to get a menu which satisfies all of these restrictions above. So for example, you click on refresh, then we will generate a new menu here. If you don't like it, you can refresh again, and it will keep updates itself. And every time it will be different. But all of the candidates' menus will satisfy the restrictions above. So all of them are acceptable. You can also download it as a CSV file as well. So, but actually, because this website is still in development, but we already have some ideas for the final version. Actually, there are two features we are going to develop in the future. The first one is to add preference. So, because sometimes you may prefer an item to be always in the menu. So you want it always show up in the menu and instead of randomly shuffle. So you can add a preference on the item. And another feature is that you can add discounts to an item. So for example, if a product has a discount during a time period, and you can add that information into the database. And by doing that, you can adjust price and find a better menu which is within the budget. So these are the two features that we are gonna develop in a foreseeable future, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, basically that's all about the website. Thank you for listening.